Girl, my professor is flooding us with work. So I worked all day yesterday on my lifespan development course. That's my Psych 204. Very interesting. It teaches me about stuff that I hadn't even thought about how events in history shape your development, the stages of development. This course is really interesting. There's a lot of reading though. This studies development throughout the entire span of a human being's life. They say that your development starts in utero and doesn't end until you die. I never thought about that. But my biology class, she is tripping. We have to read two chapters. The first chapter is 49 pages. Already did that one. And then the second chapter is 89 pages. Then we have homework, a module, and an exam, a test. We have a test in all of our classes every week. Then I've got to do my visual art stuff. And then I still have a module to finish or something. I don't know. I'm glad my English class doesn't start for like 3 more weeks. There's a lot of work. So this is what I do. I'll study for an hour, then I'll take a break for an hour. Then I'll study for an hour, then I'll take a break for an hour or two. And in between, I'm cleaning, talking to my kids, taking care of the animals, watching YouTube, playing Call of Duty, stretching, eating, making a coffee, and then it's right back to it. So I just study for a little bit, take a break. Study for a little bit, take a break. From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. And then I should be good. Yeah, that's the plan. It's dark in here because I have my windows covered. It's been very hot. Oh, there's a fly in my room. As you may or may not know, my teenagers have been getting on my nerves for like the past 4 years, honestly. And I've been struggling with not being able to understand why they did not value the same things that I did. And already, from what I've learned in this lifespan development course, is that depending on your age, you'll always be in a different stage of development. And I'm at a different stage than my daughter is right now. So we value different things. Our body responds to life differently. We think differently. We have different nutritional needs. And these are all things that I didn't even consider. So already it's changed the way that I think, which has changed the way that I deal with, which has changed the way that I communicate with. Therefore, how well I get along with my kids based off of just this little bit of information. Understanding that I have a different way of looking at the world because of what was going on when I was growing up, not just inside of my home, but in society. And it makes me move differently. Like when I grew up, we didn't have the internet the way that y'all have the internet now, or like cell phones and stuff like that. Like we had dial up, but it wasn't social media. And if we wanted to access information, we would have to go to a library to do it. Kids nowadays can just pick up a phone and communicate. They're exposed to things that they shouldn't be exposed to way earlier. And I just think growing up, I grew up in a more innocent way than these kids have grown up. And I feel like this generation, well, my children's generation, they're like fatalists. They say they don't want to be born, and this is just my experience, say they didn't want to be born, and just the state of the world weighs heavy on them. When I was younger, I didn't think of the state of the world, really. But it's helped me look at my teenagers' behavior and maybe some of their aloofness or difference in values in a whole different way. These are my baby peppers. I grew them from seeds out of peppers we got from Aldi. It's the next day. I was going to go to this place that gives away free body wash. I've had a coupon for that for like almost a year and I've never used it. But it was raining so hard this morning. Hey, Mama. So, girl, guess what happened last night? Okay, so they opened this event space across the street from me, and it's the rowdiest thing ever. People throw parties there, they have food, but the alcohol is the problem. No matter what event they have, if they serve alcohol, and I'm talking about the events usually start at midnight, sometimes 10 p.m., and then they party all the way until 4 a.m. And then they're outside in droves, just acting a fool, laying on people's cars, peeing, fighting, screaming, yelling, all types of stuff. Now, the woman that owns the event space, this Puerto Rican chick, real thick, huge chick, whatever. been getting into it with the neighbors because they're tired of it. So last night, the cops rolled up on her and they were trying to take her truck. And she was cussing them out. She was like, "You ain't taking my effing truck, blah, blah, blah." Girl. So my nosy tail just up there recording. I record everything. I've been recording them for a year because it's been crazy stuff happening. One time there was almost 100 people outside. And that was crazy. I've seen them get run up in by ATF. That was crazy. It was like 50 of them out there. It was like a movie scene. It was like, "Open the door, ATF, open the door." I was like, "Oh my God." Me and my daughter watched that for like an hour. It was so crazy. And then we'd be looking at the cops on their uniforms. It's just like a movie. So yes, I'm going to record it. It's my neighborhood. I'm going to record it. You out there acting a fool, cussing people out. She done cussed out the tow truck driver. She cussed out the cops. It was crazy. And plus, it was interesting to me how many cops there were that showed up, and none of them was trying to do anything about it. But tell me why she caught me recording. I don't care. I don't care. And now my kids are mad because she was like, "And I hope you keep recording, asshole," or something like that. "I hope you still recording, girl." Don't care. It's not like she saw my face, but she know what went on, man. I do not care. That shit was funny. It was hilarious. And yes, if I see a bunch of cops, I'm definitely gonna record it. I would never post it though. I don't think that you even are allowed to record people without them knowing in my state. I'm not sure. But yeah, so the real tea is, while all this was going on, the cops were like, because she was like, "Why y'all messing with me? I can park my truck out here, blah, 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 blah." They was like, "Stop having events." On some thug stuff. I was like, "What?" Now them cops rolled up and told her, "Stop having events." Yeah, girl, because we've been calling the police on you for like a year. It hasn't been a year. It's been like 6 months. Yes, because it's crazy. Like, you don't understand. People be out there getting beat up and all types of stuff. And I live in a small mountain town. Like, these people are not used to this type of stuff. She bringing that inner city energy out to the mountains. And it's like, girl, no, you need to get out of here. I've been praying for the downfall of that business for a long time. But I couldn't sleep last night for like an hour because it triggered something in me. One, because I used to get bullied when I was younger. And I guess as an older person, I'm more inclined, especially after I got with my husband, because he's the type of guy that like catches bodies and stuff. And he had a black belt when he was like 13. He beat the record in his county. Anyway, so he's a tough guy. So after getting with him, I learned to defend myself. Then I took that self-defense class, and then you couldn't take me nothing. So since I got bullied when I was younger, and it was always by people who were bigger than me and people who were supposed to be my friend and females, that triggered something in me that made me want to act a fool. But it's like a bigger part of me cares about how my community sees me, cares that my kids behave exactly how they see me behave. So if they see me tripping, they're going to start tripping, and they think that they are my security or something. So this new version of me is going to have to keep it cute if we run into each other and she want to say something. But then there's a part of me that wants to show, "Girl, who are you talking to like that?" But it's like, when you know what you are capable of, you don't have to prove it to anybody. Yes, so that was my mental dilemma. It was very triggering, so I had to work through that. And I don't like how it took up so much space in me, but I really have to work through my emotions so that I can be logical. I don't feel like I'm a naturally logical person. I have logic, but I'm extremely emotional. I only know that because I've been told that by my family, and I trust what they say about certain. I trust what they say about my patterns of behavior, not my intentions behind the behavior, because they don't know. I know. But I just love that we have such an open dialogue in my family, and it's almost like we live in like a recovery center, because all of our meals and our schedules are based around healing. All of our conversations are built upon educating ourselves, talking about our trauma, working through our trauma. And my kids are at a point where they're learning how to develop relationships with others and navigate society and stuff like that. And so am I, just in a different age bracket. And all we're doing right now is focusing on our health, and for them building relationships, for me fostering our relationship, because I did not have them for 8 years because of my drug addiction. So I've had them back for almost 7 years now. So that's what we do. We just work on our relationship and try to develop ourselves. But today it is raining a lot, and I don't think I'm going to get outside. I lifted weights twice this week. I think I went on one walk. I haven't been to the gym yet. I think I'm going to wait until I get my money to go to the gym. Because when I'm far away from my house, I like to be able to have extra money so that if I need to catch an Uber or something, I can just get home. Because I use the bus to get around mostly. I have a lot of anxiety with driving. I don't drive anymore. I sold my car. I don't like being in cars. I feel a lot safer on a bus or just walking. I plan on working through that because my family is demanding that I get a car and start driving. The only reason I do anything good in life is because I influence my children. Like, I've made such horrible decisions as a human being and as a mother in my past that I cannot, like, stand to do that anymore. So I try to face my fears because I know if I don't, it's going to influence my kids. Like, if I don't drive, it's going to have an effect on them driving and their relationship with driving. It's already scary enough. It's already dangerous. I don't need to add that element of fear. So that's what I work on. Check out my song No Fear by The Fury of Abyss. Took my song off of Spotify because they suck and they don't support small artists. So now I just release my music primarily on YouTube, but I'm not focused on music right now because I'm not sad. I always made music because I was going through something. And right now I'm pretty stable. And unless I have something happen to me traumatic or I'm revisiting trauma, I'm not looking for that form of expression right now. I've been putting my emotions into my painting. And I just need a period of filling myself because I had such a long period of I was writing blogs and I was making music and it was just all pouring out. And I needed to fill myself with new words and new information and new experiences and then come back later and make music and write a book later when I'm older and I've been through more stuff and I have a higher level of things to discuss because otherwise you're just repeating yourself and I don't want to revisit the past versions of myself. Look how much my pepper plants have grown just overnight. Remember a few clips ago I showed you them? That was just yesterday. Look how powerful they are pushing up through the earth like that. If ever you don't feel strong, just look at this. That's how much power you have inside of you. Isn't that cool? No luck with the spearmint so far. We'll see. And look, the roses are doing very well. I can't put them outside because the squirrels will eat them because they suck. I made some green tea with peppermint. I know it looks like a urine sample, but it's really good. I got honey in there and cinnamon. I put cinnamon in all my hot drinks. And sometimes even my lemonade. And I also make limeade. It's delicious. I put molasses in there. No, not molasses, maple syrup. Maple syrup and lime juice and filtered water is really good. And I made brown rice with cilantro. And I made chickpeas. Yum, 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 yum. I like chickpeas because you can make them taste like anything. Sometimes they taste like hot dogs. Sometimes they taste like eggs. They can taste like anything. Sometimes I'll make a tuna salad type dish out of it. Like potato salad, egg salad. And I'll eat it warm. And I won't use vegan mayo that often. And if I do, I'll put pickle juice, vegan mayo, almond, avocado oil, and all of my seasonings and herbs and spices. I love spices. I love cumin and turmeric, smoked paprika. I have so many spices. And also, I use marjoram, thyme, parsley, cilantro. I stopped getting fresh cilantro even though I'm drying. I use dried cilantro now. And I'm growing cilantro in the garden. Yeah, it's like this high. I would show you, but it's raining. And what else are we doing? I think my water's ready. I don't know why I said water. It's almond milk. When I was younger, we had a foreign exchange student. Actually, we had two foreign exchange students. One was from France and one was from Spain. And they were both females. And the one from Spain, I believe, taught me to make coffee with milk. And ever since then, I've done it. And I think that's when I fell in love with coffee. I thought she was so elegant. Something about having an accent. It makes you seem more intelligent. And does that make you more intelligent being bilingual? Because you are bilingual, it just seems like people who are bilingual are more intelligent than people who are not. I don't know. Ooh, maybe that's what I can do my research paper on. because we have to do test studies, like case studies and stuff. We have to do research and then cite our sources and come up with a hypothesis, like come up with a question, and then come up with a hypothesis, and then like do the research and then see. Oh my God.
I was like, let me get it. I got penis on there. I can get it. I look a man.
I should study you from my lifespan development course.
Yeah, because I'm not sure.
Does fussing at your child every day improve their development? Or does it decline their development?
You said fussing at your child every day?
Yes.
I think it declines.
I think it declines too. They're skipping around the house together. They're so happy. Oh, now it's ready. I found my ADHD kids, they are happier when they have a plan. The reason that they're happy today is because they both just got jobs and they have made a plan for what they're going to do with their education for the rest of the year. And their rooms are clean. Everything is organized. They haven't had any sugar. They haven't had any processed food. They've been eating clean. I haven't been doing anything for them. I made them do everything themselves. They've had to make all of their phone calls, doctor's appointments, rides for their case manager, all that stuff I made them do. If y'all grown enough to go out here and have little boyfriends and girlfriends, y'all old enough to take care of y'all own life. I took a hard line on that. I'm not going to keep babying people who are grown. So it's been good for all of us. And I feel like they're growing so much more. I really was holding them back doing everything for them. They are perfectly capable of taking care of their own selves. Shoot. I've been on my own since I was 14 years old and 9 months. I got my first taste of living on my own because I had a 30-year-old boyfriend at 15 years old. And everybody was acting like it was normal. I sublet it from my adoptive cousin. So, never paid a lick of rent, which is why she came with her little band of thugs and put us out on the street. So, that was my experience with that. You know, I never did finish my series about talking about my past. And maybe it's just because I don't want to. I've really been struggling with my frustration with the squirrels, but I've had to let it go because I do not want to hate anything. I do not want to walk around hating God's creatures. But I can't get out of my mind that they're rodents. And they just running around. Their little hands touching stuff, tearing up my garden, but whatever. I'm learning new skills. I'm about to have to build a freaking cover box to protect what I'm growing this year. Because I'm going to turn a profit. I got so close last year. My melons got this big. I had some cantaloupes. And just like these pepper seeds, I got the seeds from fruit we were eating that we ordered from Aldi. So I grew that from like I didn't buy it. I grew it from the seed. And they ate them. I really had the game messed up last year. I don't know what I thought I was doing, just putting them out there, not protected. Because I've grown up. Look, I grew up in Randallstown, Maryland. It's the county. I've never seen squirrels do stuff like that. Ever. Everybody had gardens and flowers and stuff. I've never seen squirrels do stuff like that. These some ghetto squirrels, for real. I got all my snacks ready. I got the vegan chickpea puffs. And I got my fig bars, also plant-based and vegan. This comes in blueberry and apple. I have the blueberry. Ooh, buddy. And this is my plant-based protein bar. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Peanut butter and chocolate. You want to see my notes from yesterday? This is not from yesterday. That's from the day before yesterday. This is from yesterday. Yeah. And then this is my human biology book. I accidentally started on chapter 2. So then last night I had to go back and do chapter 1. So this right here, from right here, this was last night. And I still have to finish this chapter. So that's what I'm going to do today. And then tomorrow I have an assignment for, where is it? I think this is it. It's for my visual arts class. This is the one I was telling you about. What's her name? Marina Abramovic and Jay-Z. So I'm gonna do that one tomorrow. Y'all watch him? He's so handsome. I think he has a wife, so not too much, not too much. He gives good commentary though. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Should have kept that mouth shut. See, that's exactly why I'm not about to get into it with this lady or anybody else. Because I don't want to lose anything behind somebody acting crazy. Because clearly that lady is crazy. She done cussed out half the police department, the tow truck driver. She's unhinged. I don't know what she going through, but girl, you ain't about to take it out on me. I'm not losing nothing. Time away from my kids, opportunities, study time, none of that. Yelling and screaming and acting a fool. And it's so bad for race relations. And I felt so bad. I'm like, I hope these white people don't go home talking about, yeah, them crazy niggas was acting a fool. Like, girl, first of all, she's Puerto Rican. But second of all, girl, come on, though. Can't we just all agree to just not do that type of shit outside? Like, girl, can you keep it together? Why y'all can't just keep it calm, keep it cute? You're a businesswoman. Why are you out here cussing out people who may become your patrons? You don't know who these people related to. That's why it's like, you don't know who you playing with. And that's another reason why, girl, I'm going to spare you. You need not say nothing to me because I got friends in the spiritual realm. Let's just say that. Don't play with me. Okay? Your whole bloodline will be affected by you messing with me. Just leave me alone. Okay? I don't want that for you. The world would be a better place if we taught our children emotional intelligence. Keep it calm, keep it cute. You don't have to prove to the world that you're a badass. Not everybody is a badass, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to be afraid to get your ass whooped. Don't nobody want to go through pain. Don't nobody want to get beat up. Don't nobody want to get embarrassed. And there's always somebody that can whip your behinds. You can be big and bad all you want. There's always somebody bigger and better. So it is okay to be afraid. It is okay to want to defend yourself. But when it all comes down to it, what do you stand to lose? And who are you trying to prove something to? Because these people clearly don't even matter if they don't even know how to keep themselves together enough to carry themselves in a way that garners respect. So why are you trying to get respect from people that don't even have respect for themselves? It's pointless. It's a pointless endeavor. And you stand to lose everything. I'm not losing anything else. I've lost so much in my life. I'm not taking no more losses. I remember the day I told the universe that. I was driving. I was doing an Instacart delivery. My car was on red. It was like doing that red thing where it's like the engine light. And I'm on the highway and I'm freaking out. I already have anxiety. And I just start screaming, you're not taking nothing from me. You're not taking nothing from me. I really did it, and I'm not ashamed. The light went off. It came on the next day, but it went off in that moment because it gets to a point where you just get fed up and you just tell the universe, I'm not taking this bull stuff no more. I'm in charge of my own life, and I'm not going to let anybody piss on me or take advantage of me or try to control me ever again. Yes. This was like 6 or 7 hours later. Biology kicked my behinds. I think I'm done. Oh my God. Praise God. I'm done. Yes, God. It's finally Friday, and I still have a couple things I need to do. I need to do whatever homework I have for biology, and I have a short 300-word essay I need to do for visual arts. And then I'm going to start on next week's work. Hey, Mama. Fire's not here. She spent the night out. So here are all the things I've improved upon in the past year. So I had serious sensory issues and issues with being touched also. I'm being super sensitive to loud sounds, bangs, all types of stuff. The hugging was an issue for me. And some people seem to be confused and they'll say, well, why do you have tattoos if you have an issue with being touched? So somebody coming up to you and giving you a hug when you don't realize it, or grabbing your arm or touching your leg, is different than making an appointment with an artist that you know to do a piece on you that you are fully aware is happening and can plan for. It's totally different. And it used to be so bad with the touching stuff, because when someone touches me, it feels like I'm being shocked by lightning. And I found that when I'm under a lot of stress or pressure, that sensitivity increases. So whatever it is, and it's probably a combination of things, going outside, working, doing my immersion therapy, talk therapy, somewhere along the way, oh, and lots of prayer, somewhere along the way, it improved. I get like 6 or 7 hugs a day from my kids now. And I also go to hug them, but we had to work through it. We've had a lot of family meetings, a lot of talks, a lot of tough times. And it's starting to improve now. So I can actually hug my kids without feeling like I'm going to throw up. Now, after 6 or 7 hugs, I do have my limit. Once we get to about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening, like, I'm hugged out, like, and also my family picks up on my physical cues now to please maybe not. Especially my daughter, because before they didn't care. They didn't care if it was 90 degrees. They didn't care if I was sick. They didn't care if I just got out the shower and I was wet. They didn't care. They was going to get their hug and they was going to latch on and they weren't going to let go. And that was hard for me. We all have abandonment issues in this house, and we all have early childhood trauma, sexual trauma, physical abuse trauma, verbal abuse trauma, all types of stuff, even spiritual trauma. So every day, our lives are structured. Well, my life is structured around healing. I think their life is halfway structured around healing and halfway structured around having fun, which is fine. Shout out to my lifespan development course for helping me understand my kids better. But I was just thinking about what I want to do with my degree. And I know what I want to do. I want to open up a center for women that have children and don't have support, especially people who have just gotten out of recovery. What I saw when I was in rehab, that a lot of people did not have life skills. They didn't know how to manage their children. They didn't know how to manage their emotions. They didn't know how to navigate their relationships. They didn't know how to get and keep a job. They didn't know how to take care of their home, wash clothes, make food, shop, budget, none of those things. And I just want to help. There's a lot of broken homes, and I don't need to have a global impact. I just need to be able to help the people around me. I think if each of us who are able to reach out and help other people only go as far as we can touch, if enough of us do that, everybody in the world will be impacted. It doesn't have to, I don't have to feel like the pressure is only on me. And I don't know where that idea came from. And maybe it was because I wasn't allowing myself to see that there were other people like me in the world, but they are. And even in my family, you aren't alone. You do have support, and if you feel like you don't, maybe open up your eyes a little bit more, because you are supported by the very earth that you walk on, the very Mother Earth that feeds and cares for all of us, keeps us warm, shows us the truth. We all find, if nobody ever told you about God, you would still find God through nature. Do you ever stop to think that at one point there were no schools, there was no government, there was no language? People used to communicate telepathically. We still do. Stand in a grocery line too close to somebody and start thinking about them. They're going to turn around and look at you. Try it. Say something nice, please. People be going through stuff. So I have gotten better with being more present, more understanding, and I'm learning how to listen. My way is not the only way, and it's not the only right way. And I'm doing myself a disservice by not learning from others, and I'm hurting others by not allowing them to express themselves. And when you can't express yourself, that turns into sickness on the inside of you, and doubt and rage and blame. So moving forward, I'm proud of myself for showing up, because I always have this internal argument with myself. Part of me wants to procrastinate, and a part of me wants to do everything immediately. So I have to navigate those things. Like, I need to navigate a tissue because my allergies are acting up. But I'm feeling very invincible right now, and it's not because of anything I've done. It's because I lean on God for everything. I lean on my mother for everything. Everything. I trust her more than I trust myself, because I know I'll kirk out. I've been through so much. If you push me too much, I'm going to burn everything around you. And that is not who I want to be, but that is who I am. So, well, at least that's part of who I am. And I've had to learn how to kind of, I don't want to say suppress it because that's dangerous, but I put it where it needs to be. Kind of confine it until it's needed. Like, put your thug on reserve, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? So, just trying to go through life, managing my fear, I guess that's what it is. Because when you overreact to something, you either fearful that you're about to get hurt or about to get embarrassed or about to lose something. And I don't need to walk through life fearful, because the way that I react to people out of fear, wherever that's coming from, it's going to make me lose everything. Whether it's lose face in my community. People going to be like, oh, well, I'm not sending my kids to her program. I just heard her cussing somebody out down the street. And people remember, you know. And I'm going to lose opportunity. What if my landlord finds on it? They're like, oh, I want you to live in my building. You're violent. You know, I could lose money. I could lose a job. I could lose everything through being reactive. So in my older years, I'm learning to be more secure within myself when people misunderstand me or have me messed up. I know who I am. I know what I stand to lose. I know my potential, so I don't have to go out here acting an ape to get respect. No, if you're having to act out to prove yourself, whoever you're trying to prove yourself to is not worthy of your respect, because that's not how you get it. How you get respect is having emotional maturity. Didn't I tell you that story about that one time where I had my dog in the car? It wasn't that hot. The windows were down. We were going to run in Five Below. And this white lady ran up to me. She was like, I know you're not going to leave that dog in the car. And my kids don't play about me. So they automatically look at me. And I looked at them, especially Raja. I said, don't you say one word. Go in the store. And respect to my kids, they actually listen to me because they don't play about their mama. And I don't play about them either. But we looked at her, turned around, went in the store. And she did follow us and was yelling and screaming. And we walked in the store. Do you know what everybody around did? They looked at her like she was completely insane. I didn't say anything to her. The kids didn't say anything to her. And she just stood there looking stupid and got in her car and drove off. Problem solved. And then everybody was talking about her. Everybody was congratulating me. Got my stuff and left. But then I was so... The end of that story is we went to T-Mobile after that, and I was so shaken up about it that I locked my keys in the car while it was driving. No, I locked my keys in the car while the air was on. So I had my keys in the car so the air conditioner could be on, but I locked all the doors. My daughter was like, Mom, how are we going to get in the car? I'm like, what are you talking about? Not paying her no mind. 45 minutes later, I come back outside, and I'm like, oh my God. Had to call. We in there trying to get the dog. Never mind. We had to call 911. It was just because I was so flustered by the situation. I wasn't thinking straight. And I wasn't listening to my daughter. Lesson learned. So, yeah, can't let nobody play you out your position. But it was so random. Like, why are you running up on a group of people yelling and screaming? Like, I could have had that thing on me. What you talking about? You don't know people's mental state. You really can't just be running up on people yelling and screaming. Because some people ain't got a problem staying in jail for a night or two to prove a point. I love you. Thank you for being here with me on this healing journey. I get a lot out of having interactions with so many of you that we talk on a regular basis, and I've learned so much. And I really appreciate the support and the encouragement. I don't see nothing else. I don't even really see negative comments. I have my videos set, I think it's on basic now because it used to be on strict, but when I went back in, which I don't go back in to look at things that they hide from me, because that's traumatic, but I happened to do it one day, and half of the comments in there were nice comments. I don't know why it triggered the algorithm, so I just put it back down to basic. And I think I don't get many negative comments because the algorithm only pushes my content to people who are already subscribed to me. So yeah, I'm not worried about that. My goal is not to be monetized. Apparently this is part of my healing process. So monetizing my channel, I feel like I would risk it not going to people it could benefit. And I feel like that's more important. Okay, I with the way my anxiety is set up, I can never rely on one source of income or something that's connected to AI to pay me. I mean, shout out to people that do it, but they don't seem very happy. They seem very stressed and they make videos every single day. I'm not going to do that. This is not my life. Like, I have a life. This is just a part of it. So I love you and I will see you soon. Y'all want to see Isis? Yoink. Say hi, mamas. She's so mad. Say bye.